And this war is ridiculous. It's like Mexico wanting to fight America.
Yeah.
How can Ukraine fight Russia?
That's Wagner being Radiohead, but that's not the Wagner to be confused with the Russian state-funded private military company, the mercenary group, the Wagner Group, whose leader, of course, Yevgeny Prigozhin, was reportedly buried yesterday following his death in a plane crash last Wednesday. His plane crash, of course, coming a couple of months after he mounted a coup, an aborted coup, against Vladimir Putin. All of which, of course, should not be confused with the composer Wagner and the writer of the Valkyries. It's all very confusing, this. But it's had some serious consequences. And we can ask the X Factor Wagner Carrillo, who's on the line now. Wagner, welcome to Times Radio.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, sunshine. Here comes the sun.
Wagner, you seem very chipper, given that you've been confused with a Russian mercenary group. Tell me how the sudden public awareness of the Wagner Group has affected you and the threats you've been receiving.
Well, the press started the joke, and the joke was on me. I don't think anybody believes it. I think it's just a joke, and I just went along with the joke. But I don't think it's funny anymore now, because it's actually a tragic comic British humor. It is somehow funny that there is a group in Russia against Putin called the Wagner Group, and my name is Wagner. It is somehow funny, but it is at the same time tragic, because a terrible war is happening. Husbands are dying, fathers are dying, sons are dying, buildings are being destroyed. So it's very sad, very sad. And I have an opinion about this war. Would you like to know what I think about it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so this has never been said by anybody in the media, but I'm going to say it now. Politicians are, most of them, of no use to us, and they are unable to work as an Uber driver. They don't want to work at McDonald's. They want to wear suits and ties and live off bullshit. And once
let's not swear. Apologies about that. We don't need to swear at 10 to 1.
Talk gibberish. So once they are in power, they are desperate to carry on in power because they don't want to do any other job. Now, imagine this. The media tell us that Putin is a villain, is a tyrant. But nobody tells us what is Zelensky doing to annoy Putin to that point. And this war is ridiculous. It's like Mexico wanting to fight America.
Yeah.
How can Ukraine fight Russia? Now, listen to the nuisance. Every job, or most good jobs, they want you to be qualified and have experience. But you don't need to be qualified or have any experience to be the prime minister or to be a president of a country.
Yeah.
Zelensky was an entertainer like Rylan Clark. All my love to Rylan Clark, he's a lovely guy. But I'm only giving an example. Zelensky was an entertainer like me. Yeah?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, when Putin has miles and miles of tanks coming towards Ukraine, what does he do? Ukrainian people get armed to fight the Russians. If he had any love for his people, he wouldn't allow the destruction of those buildings, all those deaths of children and mothers and men. He should get an agreement with Putin. Putin, what is your problem? Because the media doesn't tell us. So, Putin, tell me, what can I do for us to stop this war?
Wagner, somebody's just messaged in saying David's just messaged in saying Wagner for Prime Minister if he thinks he's so clever. Have you ever thought about entering politics yourself, Wagner?
It's because you don't need any experience.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need any qualification. You just need a nice suit talk gibberish. I make promises.
Oh, okay, it's just funny then, because the reason we got you on was because you have received threats from people, haven't you, as a result of being muddled up with the...
This is just gibberish. It's like so many things in the past about me, so many lies about me, so many lies about everything. You know, the media tell us what right. The reporters write what their bosses tells them to write, because their bosses have been orientated by people above to tell us what they want us to know, or what they think we know,
well, Wagner,
or what they want us to think we know.
Wagner's been quite the roller coaster. Wagner, thank you so much for joining us on Times Radio. Wagner Carrillo there, X Factor finalist, not to be confused with the Wagner mercenary group, not to be confused with the Wagner the composer. It's Glyn's this message. Wagner interview, not quite the light-hearted piece I was expecting. You and me both, Glyn.